fat ass mole.
Fat face mole. You better rack off your mole.
Dumb mole. Dumb mole. Dumb mole. Dumb mole.
Shut up, you mole.
Shut up, mole.
Yeah, you mole.
Such a mole. Such a mole.
Welcome to Mole Patrol.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, Mole. How are you?
I'm good.
That's, what a time
I know.
to be alive.
I'm excited about this one.
I'm excited about this one as well, only because I don't have children and you don't have children.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
we aren't parents, but parents can be big-ass moles.
I've very much entered into my cool uncle era.
The cool uncle is cool, you know, like, and I'm the cool aunt. I
Yeah.
know that. But then also I'm trying to be the cool aunt, but I realized that my niece and nephew can't drink wine. And I was like, I'm not that cool.
Let me tell you, little moles, a couple of things about self-respect.
Fucking chlamydia.
What you mean you can't have a Sovy B? You're 9.
The first time I did the 69 position. I think, like, yeah, parental moles, like, you know, I have a lot of friends that have obviously just had children and,
Yeah.
like, everything is about them.
Yeah, it's a bit much, and you get a lot of judgment. Not so much as a guy, but in
Yeah,
Ireland,
yeah,
like
yeah.
a lot of my female friends and stuff who don't have kids get an awful time.
Yeah.
They get an awful time.
It's just like, and like, I'm now on, I'm on pregnancy TikTok. I don't know why. I think they're probably thinking that I'm going to have
I
a
thought
baby.
you were going to say like it was some kind of like some kind of contraception. I'm on pregnancy TikTok.
No,
I'm like,
I mean-
TikTok is making the pill now.
No. I mean, pretty much with all the videos.
Don't buy the pill off TikTok.
No, it's all these women that are like, this is my real experience of having a child. And they go into like graphic and they're like, don't do it. Don't do it. And then there's all this stuff and you're like, ugh.
I'm still scarred from that video we saw in school.
Oh,
of like a birthing video, yeah.
of the woman
Horror
from the
show.
70s. It was just like
Yeah.
a full bush and that the head like struggling to come through.
Everyone's just like, oh, Jesus.
Well, you're straight, Danny, so it must have worked. I think it's kind of crazy. Like
The only way I could be a cooler uncle is if I was a cool gay uncle.
Oh, a gunkle?
Gay uncle would be a great name for a band.
Gay uncle, yeah.
Wouldn't it?
A gunkle, like I have a few friends that are gunkles and like they just fucking love it because
Yeah.
like they're just like, they're such a vibe and I think they're so important to
I
have.
kind of wish I
like,
had a gay uncle that was good crack, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't have any gay uncles or gay aunts in my family, so it's kind of it's a bit disappointing, to be honest.
Some of them probably definitely could have been, but like
Oh, yeah,
societally
probably.
they wouldn't have been allowed.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, who knows? Like, I'm not here to pass judgment or to make anything.
Like I used to work with kids, and I used to do a lot of stuff for like drama and stuff like that
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in the
yeah.
day. I was a youth worker with hectic kids, and then I do workshops in schools.
Yeah.
And that's like that, and like a kid's birthday party is probably the greatest form of contraception in the world. Like,
Oh, it just like, but also annoying like parental moles, like parents who are moles.
Yeah.
Because like, so I just got my 20-year high school reunion. I just got added to a group on Messenger,
Oh, man.
right? And there's people
of course,
that,
it's on Facebook Messenger.
of course, it's on Messenger, right? And it's set up. My sister-in-law set it
Your
up.
Hotmail isn't responding. Hot mole at Hotmail.
What was your Hotmail? growing up?
Hotmail at Hotmail.
What was it? What was it?
It wasn't.
I was going to say Danny.
I think my old one used to be Danny O'Brien 106 because I really wanted to buy a Peugeot 106 when I was about 15. When I was like 17, I'm getting a Peugeot 106. And
Why did you have your real name? No one had their real name on the internet
back then, I grew up in the country. We trusted people.
Oh, right.
Like my phone number was 5 digits. Like the fact that I even had an email address at that stage was like miraculous.
My first Hotmail address was OIC. You need ecstasy at hotmail.com.
Oh my god. I thought it'd be something more emo like.
No, was it? Because I saw this book. It
Because
was
tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
I created this Hotmail when I was like, I think 11 or like 10 or 11.
So I didn't have the internet till I was about
But
like,
what? Yeah.
17, 18.
Right. But then I was like, how did I know what ecstasy was? Like at 10.
XTC. Yeah,
It was like, it was OICU need XTC at
And
hotmail.com.
like you think you're a legend in school and you're writing on a desk like XTC for NRG.
Yeah, right. And it was like, it's so stupid. No, it's because I think I saw a joke when growing up and it was like, what did someone say like to the piggy bank or something? And it was like OICU RMT, like, so it was just all letters. And I was like, that's funny. And then so I created OIC, you need ecstasy. Where did ecstasy come from? I was 10. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was out at clubs doing fucking ecstasy.
Doing pingers.
Doing
Is that-
fucking
I always find it
pingers.
really funny that Aussies call ecstasy pingers. Like we call them yokes in Ireland and
right.
in Dublin. I think that's very funny way. It's like, have you any yolks? It's a real country thing as well. I'm going to
York.
get a few yolks into me. like they're a bodybuilder.
Yeah, pingers is great.
Pingers
it's like,
is a great word.
It's because it's also like, that's how you're going to be when you're on them.
Pingers really sums up the effects of ecstasy.
Yeah, true. Because it's like,
I'm fucking pinging,
I'm
man.
fucking
Pinging on me pingers.
Eyes don't close. I'm fucking
Like,
pinging.
there's nothing more horrific on the planet. It doesn't matter how attractive someone is, right? When they have an ecstasy face, that gurning, that like it's just like so awful. Like, I used to work at this club when I was 18 and 19 in Dublin.
Yeah.
And it was like the biggest club in Ireland at the time. I
Right.
remember it was like 20 euros on the door, which was like
Back
double
then, yeah.
then. And I remember, like, you get these, like, the most beautiful women you've ever seen in your life, and they come up and just like, can I have a pint of water? And they're like, their jaw'd be already gone home, and they'd be still at the bar ordering a bottle of water. Like, it was just like, they're all just like,
I used to work at festivals, right? So I used to do promo work at these like big festivals, like back in the day, big EDM festivals in the early 2010s, and it was crazy because like before I'd never been around drugs or like really like, and then I would go there.
Sheltered musical life.
I was in musical theatre. That was my drug, Danny. That was
Les Mis was my drug.
Yes, bring them home. Like that was where I was at, and so I remember just seeing all these like people just like off their face doing shit, like like just dropping dacks middle of like the field, just like women taking a piss. Like
ecstasy does make you shit though as well.
Yeah,
and like if you're coming up on ecstasy, you're like, it's like a fucking Vietnamese coffee. It's like, I'm gonna be back in 7 to 8 minutes.
And I never knew why the portaloos always smelled so bad. I'm like, who's doing shits at a festival?
One of the grimmest things that ever happened to me was that electric picnic about 14 years ago.
Right.
And they put these toilets, so they got like these diggers in and they dug this giant mound.
Yeah.
And then they put portaloos on top. So you have to kind of walk up steps. It was bizarre. But I remember going up and I remember peeing. And then on the other side, there was another row of toilets and a girl was peeing. And like, girl pees like way higher pressure, obviously. You know what I mean? And our piss streams connected. And I'll never forget it. And I was just like, like I never met this. Maybe she was my soulmate. Like, do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
You missed out. Away. So let's get into our mole of the week.
Our mole of the week.
Parental mole.
Because
you mole.
Yeah, you fucking mole. And because parents they can be big ass moles. So
this is an homage to all the people who aren't parents who have to deal with parents.
Yeah, hence this is what parents would say. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. So here we go.
My mole of the week is parents. I mentioned to some friends that happen to be parents that I really enjoy taking naps with my cat. Next thing I know, I'm getting this verbal barrage. They were saying things like, oh, you're so lucky to have time for naps. Oh, I don't remember what a nap feels like. With kids, you don't get time to nap. I really wanted to tell them that they chose to have a sperm demon, and I didn't. Anyway, that really upset me because I'm just trying to live my life.
Sperm demon.
Aren't we all? Sperm demon is superb.
We're all
Aren't we
sperm
all
demon.
though? Stop coming at me like when kids kick off on airplanes and stuff.
Yeah,
I try not to ever be like, oh, and like sometimes it's like mental torture. Like it's 8 hours of someone kicking your chair.
Yeah.
And the parents just totally immune, like they won't do anything. Like,
yeah, it's just like, I think the thing that like fucking pisses me off about parents the most is that they just change their and I understand having a child. I've never had one, so I don't know, but like, at first they'll be reading all these books. They're like, no, we can't have sugar and we can't have screen time. And then by the time the kid's 4, they're like fucking giving them everything because they just can't be bothered dealing with it. And it's like, just find a lane. Like, just don't be so constricted because like that's never going to work.
You gotta be flexible. I was on a flight. I think I was going to Australia. I go to New Zealand. Excuse me. When I was going from Dublin, you had to go to Dubai first. and then Dubai to New Zealand, right?
Because there's no direct flights.
And I was on a flight, and I really learned the hard way from this because I don't do that many like long distance flights. Maybe twice a year, depending on what's going down.
Yeah.
But anyway, I sat on the right hand side of the plane, and it was close to the toilet, and I just didn't think about my seats, and I forgot that they always put kids at the front, right? So there was this the most disgusting fucking family I've ever seen. They were Irish, right? Not that they were just like acting like they were at home.
Right.
Like the guy kept like feeding his wife his food off his fork and stuff. Like she was able-bodied, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and like the kids were just chaotic and like screaming, and it was just really over the top, like, for everyone. And like, but they were like pawing each other and just being fucking gross. Like, I don't blame the kids.
Yeah, I think that's...
Do you know that kind of...
Yeah, I know that kind of feeling and stuff as well. And I like, particularly on planes,
You're not
like...
in your sitting room.
I know. Like, but that's why people just kind of go like...
She's only short of giving him a hand job. I think she would have if the kids weren't there. Like,
it's the arrogance of people, not all people with kids, but like sometimes when they do have kids, where they just feel like, oh, I can just guilt you into this. So I was on a flight, I think from London to Dubai, and then I was onwards from there. And of course, you know, now you have to pay if you want an exit seat row exit. And I paid for that. Like I paid for the thing. And there was a woman right behind with a child. And she came up to every single one of us and was like, please swap with me. You know, I have child. I need to sit here.
Fuck off.
And we're all like,
it then.
yeah. And I was like, the guy next to me was like, I paid for it, and I paid for it too.
Yeah.
But she kept coming up to me because she was like another woman. She's like, please. And I was like, I'm sorry. I paid like fucking £150 for the seat. Like, I'm not doing it. And then she kept going on to like the air host, like stewards and stuff, and was like, or the cabin crew, and was like, oh, I need my baby.
But hang on, you've a baby.
Yeah,
the baby's legs aren't hitting the fucking ground.
Yeah, but also like book a bassinet seat, like book that seat. And then she was like crying all about it. She's like, nah. And like the kid was just screaming and kicking the back. And I was like, you know what? I have no like sympathy as well for like
they were talking about like putting kids in a different section. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I would happily pay a few extra quid
to
sit in a section with no kids.
Yeah.
And then everyone's all right.
Exactly.
Everyone wins.
But also not all kids are that annoying on flights.
Absolutely
like,
not.
You know.
I remember that family. So initially I was just like, whatever. I put on my noise cancelling headphones.
Yeah.
And that most of the time it's grand.
Yeah.
But the guy was such a dickhead as well. Like, I understand you're under pressure and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
During the flight, right? Now I have to give this kid 10 out of 10. Do you know those really hard cardboard books that kids get? They're maybe 6 pages.
Yes.
And they're really thick. They're like thicker than that, like a beer mat, like, right? While I don't really sleep on flights at all, right? And I never forget this because I had some like Valium, and because I was so angry getting off the flight because of this whole thing, I fucking left it in the little thing, and I was raging. I had to go to New Zealand then. I was in Dubai. What are you gonna get in Dubai?
Yeah,
like,
nothing.
You know what I mean? So I was there, and I just was I was so exhausted. I just kind of like drifted off for like a split second. The kid got a Peppa Pig book. This 2-year-old terror, right? Fucked it as hard as you could fuck it. I put this on my Instagram.
Yeah.
The book hit me in the fucking face. It cut my face. Oh, no. So I had like so it looked like I'd attacked someone, right? I had like a line down my cheek, right? And I just woke, and I was like, I drew blood, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look, this kid's just like, and the guy's like, I'm so sorry. And the guy's like, and I just said, I was like getting a punch in the face. I was like, why don't you just go to sleep? Some kid fucking just ninja stars you in the face, right? And then, obviously, when I couldn't get off that fucking flight quick enough, and it's really, you've hardly any time to get to the connection flight.
Right,
They were just like, and just being disgusting. The place looked like they fucking been camping there for 4 years. And then the guy's getting back. I said, man, get past. He goes, would you just relax? I said, dude, get the fuck out of my way. And he's there like pulling a buggy down and all. I'm like, the least you can do is let people off before you take your fucking shit. Like, if you're going to take ages, let people off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's it. Like, it's like, and I've seen that, and like people, like sometimes people are really, but like just teach your kids some manners, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
If
like,
a kid's ears pop or they're upset and they're crying, you can't help that stuff. No. But a kid fucking a Peppa Pig book into your face, pretty sure there's a couple of things that can be put in place to stop that from happening.
But I just feel like it's just crazy, isn't it? Like, and the way that people are kind of like,
there's massive entitlement to a parent.
Oh, totally.
An insane, like, I don't do that. Like, I get this kind of thing from people like, oh, it's all right for you. And I'm like, you chose to have kids.
Yeah.
You chose to have kids.
It's a choice.
And you're going to me, when you have them yourself, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And that's totally up to you. But that's also up to me.
But that's it. Like, it is a choice. But I do feel like I don't think many people really kind of actively, like me and my partner are like really talking about it now. But we're like talking about it. We're like, what does it look like? What is this? Like,
let's
how
do
is
a
it-
mind map.
Yeah, like legitimately. And we're like, what is this? Like, what, like, kind of stuff. And then, like, and just like sometimes people are just so fucking annoying. Like, this girl, like, on my face, I went onto my Facebook because I never go onto my Facebook, and I opened it up. This is not the 20-year reunion, because meanwhile, that 20-year reunion chat is all like 200 Catholic girls who have all had kids. And so everyone just starts hijacking the thing, and they're all like, I'm breastfeeding. Can I still go to the reunion? I'm like, I don't.
Shut up, it's nothing to do with it.
I don't care if you're breastfeeding. I don't fucking care. Fucking flop your tit out. We're all girls. We're not going to give a shit.
It's
So
just
then-
a weird way of getting attention or something,
I
is
don't,
it?
yeah, I don't know. And they all just went on, and I screenshot it to my friend who also doesn't have kids, who's like, I went to high school with, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? She's like, I don't know, these people need help. And I was like, I know. And then, so then
I just put like, every time someone did that, I'd put a comment with a link to BetterHelp.
abortion clinic near you. But do you know what? Like, and then.
I'm pretty sure that's a bit too late for breastfeeding, to be honest. Like, have you thought about this?
Have you thought about abortion? And then, so I went onto Facebook, and then someone, like, I obviously must know, like, because sometimes I go into Facebook now and I'm like, who are these people? I don't know who these people are. And announcing a baby. And so she's announcing this baby, and she's like, we're so happy to announce the birth of our beautiful girl, blah, 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 weighing in at 3,216 grams.
Who puts babies in grams? No. Is that an Australian thing?
No, it's not.
What kind of fucking metrics
We
is
use
that?
pounds, and now they've moved to kilos. But I'm like, who's using grams? What the fuck? Drug dealers? Like, what the fuck? Maybe that's the only way Aussies would know how much a gram.
My baby weighs 167 bags of ketamine.
I was like, who the fuck? Like, is that just to make yourself sound better?
We're so delighted that little Eli weighed in at a healthy 22 8 balls.
So I was just like, what is this like arrogance, that people
Grams.
like grams?
Why,
are
are you
doing
not
it?
getting enough attentions from pounds?
I don't,
Do you know what I mean? Like, are you converting it into something, like, to say, whatever you lost, like, instead of saying I lost half a stone, you'd say I lost kilos, because kilos looks like more. It's like
Yeah, so
kilometers versus miles.
You use pounds or kilos here when you
With a
announce
baby,
child?
always pounds.
Yeah, so it's crazy because like growing up, it's like, but now in Australia it's moved to kilos, right?
Right.
And I'm still there. I'm like, I have no concept. I have a concept of a
Kilos
pound
will be
for.
easier for me to. I don't know what pounds means. I just know that an average baby in Ireland, anything around 9-10 pounds, people go, "Oh, that's a big baby."
Yeah, I was 9 pounds.
I was. Oh, were you?
I was a fat
That's when
ass.
you're. That's what I was only. I was born 8 weeks premature, so I was. I was only like 3 pounds when I was born,
Oh,
and then
shit.
I nearly died. So I had a collapsed lung, so I went down even further to like 3.5. Then I was like, I think I had an eating disorder from an early age.
So I was like 3 of you when I was
Yeah.
born. I know mum was like, you're a fat baby. And I came out in like half an
You
hour.
put me in a wheelchair, Eleanor.
But I came out in half an hour, so I must have just like
30
slipped out.
minutes, all the olive oil.
I was like, thanks,
It's
mum.
all non-as olive oil.
So yeah, and it's like, it's crazy how people try and sell you on having kids as well. I don't know if you've had that, like if people have like tried to sell you.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends who.
Oh, it's the best decision
they're
you'll ever
like,
make.
they're my world, and I'm like, pretty sure your world is gambling.
Yeah, but like they'll be like, oh, we don't have naps, we're so tired, but it's my world. And you're like, but is it? Like,
Yeah.
are you happy? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a catch-22.
I don't know. Like, I have a lot of friends who are parents, and they're happy out, but they also love a break. But like, listen, the world's overpopulated. I just don't think everyone has to have kids.
Like that's it. Like
You know?
it is a choice, and like there is a declining birth rate now, which is probably good for the fucking planet.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
but it's crazy. Like I had a friend years ago try and sell it on me, and she was like, "Oh my god, Eleanor, you got to like, it's the most amazing feeling. Breastfeeding. Oh my god, breastfeeding is the most amazing feeling, Eleanor. You got to try it." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Yeah, we can go out. Oh my god, we can go out with our little prams, and we can go out to the cafe, and we can have our little fucking decaf cappuccino, fucking thing, soy milk, oat milk latte. I don't care. And then we're gonna sit there, and you know what we could do together, Eleanor? Oh my god, we could breastfeed." And I'm like, what the fuck?
So you just got like your little jewel like demons clamped on.
Yeah,
while
right.
You're trying to drink your matcha.
And I was like, I don't need to get my tits out in public, right? Like I just need tequila. That's all I need. Like I don't need a fucking
Is there a
baby.
bottle of tequila? Like you've been gunshot in a cowboy film. You know, they're like,
I know. Like it's just like just flop it out. I was like, I'll do that. I don't need a baby to fucking do that.
There's like working in schools and stuff as well for me. Like anytime I do school workshops, I only really do 2 now in a day.
Yeah.
Years ago, sometimes I would do 3 because if
Oh,
the school was a bit of a distance away, they're like, "Can you do 3 in one day?" And like, I couldn't even turn on the radio in my car on the way home. Do you know what I mean? I'd have to just drive home in silence because my head. Anyone who's a teacher, I
around
just
me.
full respect for them. But like, but that's why parents, when you go on stags or hens or you see people on nights out, it's either new parents or people who just haven't been out for ages. Like, they're the worst behaved people you've ever seen.
Oh my God, the worst. The worst parents like that I ever dealt with was when I was teaching young kids. Like, I was doing like drama, dance, and singing.
Right.
And it was like the kids were fine. Like, they're rowdy, like whatever. But it was the parents that I had the most difficulty trying to like, because they're all like, "How's my daughter? Is she just amazing? Is she a star?" And you're like, no, she's pretty fucking average. Like, she's really terrible. Like, and you like, but you can't. You're like, oh no, she's doing a wonderful job. You know, she's singing somewhat on key. Like, you know, like it's, and they were the most amazing. And you had to sort of be like, oh no, your child's amazing. Like, and it's like, calm the fuck down. Like, fucking.
The kid's got like no audio awareness. Just sounds like.
Yeah, just like, and you're like, the parents like, oh my God, my child is the best fucking
She's the
child.
most beautiful little parakeet.
It's kind of crazy in that way. Like, but yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's like I find with like classes, a couple of my friends run like stage schools and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
They say the same thing. Like,
Stage mums.
everyone wants their kid to be number one,
Yeah.
and they want their kid to be the best at everything. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I think it's more realistic to aim for being average, and then if you excel, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah,
You
it's
know
like
what
one
I
of
mean?
those things where it's like, I see a lot of differences as well. Like in, well, I'm also second born, so I didn't really have as much pressure as like my brother did.
Yeah,
You know, because it's like firstborn always has to kind of be the child, and then if they're like the good child or the star child, and then after that it's like, oh, doesn't really matter. You know, like whatever.
It's funny, like when because we gig with a lot of international comedians from all over the world.
Yeah.
And when you gig with a lot of comedians from like India or Asia or Southeast Asia, and it's so funny talking to them about their parenthood, and they're like our parents beat the shit out of it. Like, that was like, that's just par for the course. Like,
It's like par for the course. I mean, also as well, like children of the 80s and 90s, like we did get beltings, like,
and like you get
which
it,
is
like,
now child abuse.
bang of a wooden spoon or
Oh.
but like I remember like that was my threat when you were a kid. Your granny, like, she'd open the drawer and she'd hold up a wooden spoon. You'd be like, okay, I'll put them back. I'll put the biscuits back.
Yeah. It was like crazy. Like, I mean, we never got the shoe. We got the wooden spoon mainly. That was
Yeah. Or slippers. Like, slipper was a weapon of choice for many an Irish mother and
Yeah,
grandmother. And they would,
we didn't really have
they'd
slippers,
beat
probably
the
because
shit-
it wasn't cold enough in Australia.
just there with a tongue. A tongue would actually be a pretty good weapon. It's got a good like
a slap.
like a good slap on
Yeah.
it. Like, maybe that's where people's kinks come from.
I mean, they do say that like kinks come from childhood trauma,
Do they?
sexual trauma and trauma.
If you've been affected by any kind of thong slaps in your later life, you've probably suffered some childhood thong trauma. I find it so weird saying thongs as well, because that's what we call like.
I know, it's like funny because like when that that thong song came out,
Yeah.
like in the 90s, like early 2000s,
Yeah.
it's like that thong, the thong,
Cisco.
and all of us like Aussies were like, oh, he's talking about thongs.
Yeah. Must get a new pair. Or New Zealand, they call them jandals, which always makes
Oh.
me laugh. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I knew you'd hate that. Where's me jandals, cuz?
What do they call an esky? An esky's called like a.
Oh, it's the brand name. Oh, what's it called?
It's something, I can't remember it, but like it's they use something as well where I'm like, do you know what I feel like going to New Zealand for Aussies always feels like that, like I don't know, that episode of The Simpsons when they go to like, or is it episode of Simpsons or Seinfeld where they go to like, it's like Bizarro Jerry, they go to like a different world.
Yeah.
And whenever I go to New Zealand, I'm like, this place is fucking like, I was like, I don't feel right
It's
here.
like Irish people going to Wales.
Yeah, right.
yeah. Ireland, Wales are the same, except all their road signs look like Wi-Fi passwords. Like,
Yeah, it's like a different thing. And you're always like, and I'm sure that, Canadians feel like going into America or vice versa. Like there's always one little
I
country
think
off
for
the
any
other,
Canadians now going into America, it feels like they're entering the last season of Handmaid's Tale. Like, do you know what I mean?
I'm not going to make it back alive.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I think I kind of worry about like if I do become a parent, but I'm like, I feel like it's like the way you go into it. Cause like I met this guy at the airport yesterday and he's like, don't have children. He's like this old fucking annoying racist British man who just like randomly blurted out, oh, Princess Diana was a cow. And I was like, what the fuck?
Right, chill out, mate.
And he's like, don't have children. And I was like, yeah, but like,
Nothing like unsolicited advice from a hammered fella in his 70s at a fucking era.
Yeah,
That's
right.
why noise cancelling headphones were invented.
No, I had them. I just took them off for like a minute to go to the bathroom, and then I spoke to the waiter, and he's like, "Is that an Australian accent I hear?" And I was like, "Oh no," but I was like, "Maybe."
Oh no.
I was like, "Maybe he'll be a nice guy, Eleanor. Maybe he'll be a nice guy." No, he'll be a fucking creep. That's what they generally are. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel. I don't know, like I find it hard. Like I'm so grateful I grew up without like phones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like when you got bullied in school or someone said they're gonna like beat the shit out of you, you had to deal with that. You couldn't tell your parents or anything.
Yeah.
So you had to face that the next day. And it really teaches you a lot about how to develop and stuff, but it does develop your personality. And like, I think I had to be funny in school because I was like the youngest in my class.
Yeah.
So I was like way smaller, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
had to be funny to stop people kicking the shit out of me.
But I think that's most comics kind of stories. It's
Yeah.
either like they're bullied or they're just a little bit different,
Yeah.
or they like
I was both.
or they have a sick parent at home. Like that's the other one that
Oh, is
we're
it? I never knew that.
So because I was listening to Jimmy Carr talk about it, because like I was bullied a little bit, but I wasn't like that runty or like had to like you know.
Mine was like kind of like everyone kind of got bullied in school, but like like lads are just lads. They're dickheads, and older lads beat the shit out of younger lads. That's the way it is.
And
you know
that's
what I
it.
mean?
Like if you build that like that funniness in you, but like apparently it also kind of relates to if you've had like a sick parent, and like we had a lot of kind of like illness and stuff around like when I was younger, and so I always wanted to make people happy.
Yeah.
And like especially from like a young age, like 3 or 4.
I was like that's a kind of a coping mechanism where
Yeah.
if your life is a little bit turbulent as a kid, you use humor to try and elevate the situation to
Yeah.
make everyone kind of feel better.
Yeah,
So you're trying
yeah.
to fix it. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah. And then you just have that in, and that's why you do that, because like, and also I don't know if it's the same for you, but when you do shows, it's like I just want people to have a good time and
Yeah,
be
I'm
happy.
the exact same.
Like-
you're just trying to give people a bit of respite. And like that's what I
Yeah.
found in the last couple of years since COVID, to be honest with you.
Mm.
The world's been a very tough place for a lot of people, and like online has just become a really dark place, and it's really changed in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Like if you like, it's not just doom scroll and stuff. It's just got really hectic, like really racist, really, like people are really conflicted, and like it's putting a huge divide between people. Like
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
big, I don't know, like it's a very triggered time, I suppose, for everybody.
It is, and like especially for kids, which is why now, like you know, in Australia they have the social media ban, right?
That's
like
the best thing
for
I've ever
kids.
seen in my life.
Yeah,
And like it's nearly impossible to keep kids off phones.
but it's like crazy because like I saw this interview and they were talking to like a couple of like these 14-year-old girls, right, who do makeup tutorials and stuff. I'm like, you know, most people watching you are probably pedophiles,
Yeah.
you know, and like they're there and they're like, I don't know what I'm gonna do because like this is my life and it's gonna be so bad.
You're
And I'm
a
like,
kid.
you're a kid, you
And then
don't understand.
There's a huge thing about Roadblocks, you know that game?
Yeah,
and loads
pedophiles.
like pedophiles infiltrating Roadblocks.
Yeah.
To like talk to kids, and it starts with little things, and they're like, "Will you do this for me?"
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then they've got
yeah.
control of them and stuff.
I
It's
saw
so,
this TikTok video of this woman
Jesus.
talking about how she found out her husband was a pedophile through his Roblox account.
Fuck off.
Yeah. And she like, because like they have kids. And so they went through like, they're like, let's all start an account. And then she like started seeing that he was like messaging this like person on
What
Roblox
the
and like
fuck,
turned out to be
dude?
like a 14-year-old girl, like in another state.
fuck?
And yeah, crazy, like wild. Like, and this woman was like, it was, yeah. And she's like, so now like my husband can't be around my kids at all, like without supervision or like whatever. Like imagine just
Wow.
that. Like, but that's it. It just like, you know, this social media ban for kids is like amazing because we, you know, as millennials, like we kind of grew up with the internet, but we still remember a time without it. you
Yeah,
know?
like I was very late getting the internet, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I didn't have the internet in my home. It was only when I moved out.
Yeah.
And even then, I used to go to an internet cafe to check my
Yeah.
emails when I was in college. So my college work was like,
Yeah.
I'd have to write it and bring it in, and like that was it.
I think that's it. Like, and I think back in the day, like our parents had no idea about the internet because it was so new and we were the ones adopting it. But now
Yeah.
it's like parents know what the internet is like,
Like
and
you'd
yet they'll
look, you'd
still
look for
use
your
it.
mates' bikes all left down on a bit of grass to see where your friends were.
Yeah,
Like I'm
right.
so glad I grew up with that. I think
Yeah,
it's real
yeah.
wholesome, like, you know.
Totally. I mean, you know, like it was still there was different like
Bullying ends at school, or if you have a row with someone, it's over there and then.
Yeah.
The problem is with bullying now with kids is that it follows them home.
I know.
And they're like,
Yeah, and it's like, and it's brutal. It's like causing so much issue and distress, like among, you know, like
no
women
kid
and,
should
like,
be able to message another kid like disappearing messages. Like that to me is like,
oh, brutal.
that's the most brutal.
Because you know, like we know, like going through high school and stuff. I went to a Catholic all girls school.
I can
would
imagine.
I could not. You could not pay me to go to a school right now. Like
Imagine they had free reign to say anything they wanted to you, and the message
Yeah.
disappeared with no proof.
yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah, nah, fuck that. So I don't know. I think there must be a moral of this episode.
If you do decide to have kids, please limit their screen time.
Yes, right.
And also go easy on the people who don't have kids. They're just trying to live their
And
life.
they're having a good time. They got good skin, you know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
is.
exactly.
But thank you guys so much for listening. We will be back for season 3 in a few weeks.
Super excited.
So yeah, thanks for listening.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, and please keep an eye on our social media for some upcoming live Mole Patrol shows.
Yes.
I suppose so. Until now, it's going to be see you next season.
season.
And don't forget, use protection,
moles.
moles.